Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike, and today I've got a different type of video for you. This is a rant, but I'm usually not on this side of the camera. And if you like this video, I might make more videos similar to this, doing this kind of stuff. But I do want to say that in this year, the first few months of this year, I've already had some issues on eBay, and I'm going to discuss that. And I'm really not happy with eBay. Yeah, obviously other users are problems too, but 99% of people on eBay, buying and selling, are good people. It's the 1% that make it bad, but it's how eBay handles it that's my problem. And it gets down into AI, artificial intelligence. Well, it's actually artificial ignorance. It's garbage in, garbage out. We're going to talk about all of that. Also, I'm going to get into talking about what I'm going to do because of this eBay thing. And then I'm also going to touch on Amazon. Now, I got another issue with Amazon, a whole different issue. We'll talk about that. And I don't buy hardly anything on Amazon. So we'll talk about this and more. And if you like this type of video, I'll make more coming up. All right, let's get started with this rant about eBay. First of all, I did buy something from a guy and he never shipped it. So it's kind of one of those weird things where they never shipped. And after 4 days, I was like, hey, do you have a tracking for this? Did you ship this? And then maybe a day or so later, a tracking was uploaded. Another whole week goes by and it never says it's picked up. It says shipping label created. Now I've seen this a few times and sometimes it gets picked up down the road or whatever. So I gave him a whole other week. Messaged him a couple more times. Hey, did you drop this off the post office? Never ever did this person drop it off. So I just, of course, went through eBay, the normal means, and I said item not delivered. I had to wait 4 or 5 days to get my refund, and it wasn't a huge deal, but it was over $100 worth of stuff in this deal. And so got my money back, but I'm starting to wonder, like the guy didn't reply to my messages, didn't reply to eBay's messages, didn't reply to anything, and I start to think, what if he died? What if somebody that's got stuff listed dies and people are buying it? What happens at that point? And so I actually legitimately thought the guy was dead. And so with that, I went back a week later and said, well, if he's dead, well, the 1 or 2 items he still had left when I got refunded would probably be gone. Well, there were like 15 items a week later, so evidently he miraculously came back to life, but still never replies to anyone's messages. Now, I should have known or checked the feedback. Dude's feedback is like just falling off a cliff, but I don't understand the scam. What's the scam? Like, if you're gonna put all this stuff up for sale but never ever ship it, eBay's gonna take the money back from you. So where's the scam? I don't understand what this person is doing. Why not ship it out? Why not just be legit, sell your stuff and move down the road? And why start racking up tons of negative feedbacks? I don't understand that. But it's funny because this dude is still operating today and doing the exact same thing and just racking up more negatives, and eBay's not doing a thing about it. And I reported them to eBay, but they're not doing a thing about it. So it's really weird. So we'll get into the issue that eBay did to me. Now, I don't sell a lot, but when I do sell stuff, I like to make sure I take care of whoever's buying from me. So I went ahead and sold something. Didn't think much of it. Sold it. It went out. As soon as it arrived, the person wanted to return it. Now, I personally just think they changed their mind and want to return it. So they said the item didn't match description, and I'm probably going to put something like a Kraken up here or something. They say the item didn't match the description. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, what do you mean didn't match the description? Because your picture is exactly like, my picture. So I try to message the person and try to work out another person that radio silent, will not message me back, will not chat with me about this. Go straight to return and then straight to a case and not talk to me or try to work it out or anything like that. So I'm just like, cool, I'll let eBay decide it. 20 something years on the platform, they will take care of me, right? They got my back. I'm cool. Well, turns out that guy opens a case, seconds later, it's decided in that person's favor, and screw you, Mike, is basically what happened. So I called up eBay, and you have to jump through some hoops. You gotta fight the AI in the little chat thing to get them to call you. So I did the fight, the back and forth with the AI to finally get a person to call me. The person said, oh yeah, I see you did nothing wrong. And the item you shipped matches exactly to the item, your description. So what we're going to do, though, is they're returning it. And don't refund them. We'll refund it to them and pay for it. We'll do a complimentary one-time deal for you and take care of you. I'm like, cool. I mean, I really haven't had an issue like this in years, and any minor issue that pops up, I mean, it's easily resolved. It's the first time I haven't been able to resolve an issue on eBay in like 2 years. So the minute that it arrives, the return arrives back, eBay automatically refunded it and took the money, stole the money out of my account. So I call them back up, and I get another person. It's a call center in India, and the lady was very pleasant, and she said that, well, I do see where the agent you spoke to before said he's going to pay for it. eBay's paying for it, not you. And she says, but I can't do anything. You're going to have to appeal it. So then I go through the appeal process. So then a day and a half later, I get a reply back from what seems to be a psychopath that has no human emotion and tells me, yes, we understand that we said we would pay for this, but we are not going to pay for this, and we are going to hold the original decision. We're going to uphold the original decision of the case. And so I'm like, so you told me that I did nothing wrong and I'm not going to be financially damaged. So then I just kept replying, and then it started coming back minutes later, with an even more psychopath, crazy. Whatever I said was restated, and then you got just the form letter below it, over and over. And I'm like, I just realized I'm dealing with AI. I'm not dealing with a real person. If I was dealing with a real person, I'd have some passion. They would want to help me, because every real person, like, they want to help. And I'm like, I've been on this platform for over 20 years. You don't want me on it anymore? Do I not matter? And so I'm starting to realize this. Then somewhere in there, I ended up looking at a page that showed me that I lost $38 between the shipping both ways, and then they didn't refund me the eBay fee. And so here I am losing $38 on this deal. And then it gets even worse. A couple days later, I see where they charged me for the return shipping. And I'm like, holy, I'm out over $50. I mean, that's $50. If I had not done this deal, I'd still have the $50. Now, it's not the $50, because I easily went into my watch list and deleted 3 things, and that was $150 that I was about to buy. Not buying it now. Not buying it from eBay. But the more and more this went on, I decided, you know what, I need to do a 3-month boycott of eBay. Now, eBay is a multinational conglomerate. They do billions of dollars in sales, which amount to hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue. They're not going to notice my $3,000 or $4,000 a month that I spend on eBay going away. But you know who's going to notice it? Me keeping it. I'm going to notice that I've kept it. And the more I think about this, boycotting eBay, my personal journey here, the more I'm getting excited about it, because I do spend way too much on eBay. There's going to be some downsides to the channel, though. So I'm going to be showing, I usually show the entire collection. I have 99% of it. I'm going to be showing 68 or 70% of it, and the rest is going to be pictures. That's just how I'm going to do going forward, because a lot of times I'm spending too much money on putting together a collection for a video on this channel to make $15. It makes $15. I'm putting $3,000 worth of stuff on a table. It makes $15. It makes no sense. So that's one good thing in my life going forward. The other thing is, in order to actually do this, I went through and I deleted my watch list. So I took the watch list, I just deleted it. I had over 1,200 items in my watch list. So now they're not just losing somebody that buys 100, 200 items a month. They're losing someone that's in 500 auctions a month. I'm in those auctions and I'm saying, hey, it's at $10, I'm willing to spend 80 and 85 or something. Then guess what? You guys that collect vintage stuff are going to be out there noticing that you're going to find a whole lot of the stuff a whole lot cheaper, because you're taking a player out of the game. And when the vintage market is actually way smaller than you realize, because items that you're looking for, there might only be 1 or 2 on eBay this year. And so with that, I'm going to miss out on a lot of things. I'll miss out on a lot of things I've been looking for 3 or 4 years. But it's going to give me peace of mind. It is definitely going to give me peace of mind. But I'm really mad at eBay for this, for the way they treat me. And then this other dude over here that's blatantly trying to rip people off is still being able to operate like just fine and continue to rip people off all day long. But yet I get shafted. It's unacceptable, very unacceptable that eBay would act like that. Now, during this time frame, I don't want anybody to follow me and boycott with me, because I want you to be the ones getting the deals. You be in there getting the deals and know that, dang, it's so much easier to get the deals. Mike's out of the game for 3 months. He's not in on this. You're right. I'm in on it for 3 months, and I'm going to be enjoying the money savings, and you guys can enjoy getting a lot of things with less competition. So that's fun right now. The other thing is that I'm going to be playing around with some Macari and some other things, but I'm going to local shops, and I was at a local shop, and I don't know if you guys know, I don't know if this is a frame, but this thing here was sold out. It's sold out everywhere, right? Now I do see them on eBay for MSRP of $150, but it is what it is. But I was at a local shop, and I'm going to more because I haven't been here in a while, and a lot of them I realized I don't go on road trips anymore. I don't drive. I just did a lot of work to my old cars, and I just don't want to put that much wear and tear in them and do more work, put more money into them. But I'm probably going to. But this is $150 MSRP. The shop sold it to me for $74. I don't know if it's going to pick it up on the camera. It's too close. $74. I'm sure it was a pricing error, but I got it. And now I got one to open. I'm happy, and I'm going to open one and decide which one's got the best packaging. So now I can get out there and do those road trips. I don't think any of the Walmarts really are going to have much more than the ones close to my house. I don't really like driving much more than 6 to 10 miles away from my house because it's just, I don't like all the driving. But I'll be doing a little bit more of that. Now, and Macari and some other ones. I still have my own issues with Macari, but Macari is looking like a better option now. And especially I just want to boycott eBay for my own personal purposes, and I'll have a better mindset. Now, this came in from Amazon, and I knew it was coming because when I looked at my credit card statement, or not statement, I look at it in real time, and I'm constantly, and I would suggest too, you follow your credit cards in real time, make sure you know what every charge is, every single charge, and question any charge. That's crazy. This was $55 plus tax, so it was $59. Well, I got two $59 charges pending. They haven't completely processed yet. So I only got one of these, and I only ordered one of these. So why do I have two $59 charges? And I looked through, I don't have a second order of this. Why do I have two $59 charges? So I'm going to battle that if it hits below the processing line. And I've never had to battle that before. Amazon is okay if you're going to order something in stock, but when you pre-order and then they just automatically ship it and then they bill you twice. And I've heard of other people complain about the double billing. So you need to watch your credit cards and your statements, but really you log in and do it on real time is the best way to do that. So with that, Amazon really made me mad and eBay made me mad, but Amazon, I think I've only ordered 5 things so far this year, but this technically was last year as a pre-order, but I don't know. It's the same price as if you would have got it from BBTS. Now I will say this, Super 7, I'm the biggest Super 7 shield in existence, and yet Super 7 is playing a lot of games with these figures. They're saying that they're sold out, but somehow magically and mystically, BBTS is getting more in. Magically and mystically, there's more of the VAC metal figures. They said you buy them or else, or you just do without, and then magically there's thousands more going to be showing up. I bought a couple of extras in the first run, which I guess doesn't really matter because I did want one to open and one to keep sealed. But now there's more coming, and it's really frustrating because games are playing and it's all trying to get people with the FOMO, get you stuck with the FOMO. Then you end up getting stuck with more figures than you anticipated because I actually ordered some from different places and end up getting them all. And that's another problem when they start playing these games and you're like, oh, I don't know, Entertainment Earth. Entertainment Earth sometimes cancels my order. BBTS canceled one thing, but that really was not their fault. It was these Robotech figures from Toynami Robotech figures. But anyway, all of this stuff, I mean, it's been kind of a bumpy start to the year, and it's been a soft year. There hasn't been much out. There's not much showing up, and we're just coming out of Chinese New Year for Transformers. But anyway, I just figured this is a different kind of video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys got a little bit out of it. And with all of that, I have one last thing to say about eBay, and I'm holding on to this. One thing I learned from the eBay situation is that they side with the buyer over the seller for one reason. And this is what I got out of the AI. A human would never have told me this. They side with the buyer because they are terrified of getting a chargeback. This was explained to me in a very psychopath way, as if they brought Ted Bundy back from the dead and gave him a job at eBay's customer service and said, hey, take care of these customers and make sure you don't spend any money. You don't let any of these buyers get their money back, or the sellers get their money back. You don't let any seller get off the hook, and you screw every seller that you can. But they're worried about a chargeback. What a chargeback is, and I dealt with this in the restaurant industry, it's when somebody says that their card was misused or this charge is not acceptable charge, like I was just talking about credit cards. Then the credit card company is going to dispute that. So it's a dispute, a chargeback dispute, and then the customer's going to try to get their money back and keep the merchandise too is another thing that they do. So eBay says, well, we'd rather you get your merchandise back and then not have to fight the chargeback, and then you can prosecute. You can go against them and file a claim or a case or something against the buyer for violating your return policy. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that jerk that's, harassing buyers. I just block people that are jerks to me and go about my business. So another thing I want to get into is blocking. People blocked me. So I've had a few people block me because they got something for $50, but the last one sold for 20. So I'm like, hey, can we meet in the middle at 35? Block. I'm like, hey, it's stupid of you to block someone like me, but go ahead, block me. So I've had like 3 or 4 people that block me like this. One guy, I was in his auction. He had something for $15. I bid 53, and it said, we're not taking bids from you, and it closed and it sold for $15. I could have ran it up for him or won it at a higher price than $15. So there's a lot of things out there. Just understand, if you're blocking someone, block someone for a real reason. Because they offered you a fair market value is not a real reason to block someone. Block them because they don't pay, and block them because they try to return something when you did nothing wrong. Those are good reasons to block for, not for trying to get a fair market value. Anyway, like I said, I hope everybody got something out of this video. You enjoy this video. Let me know in the comments below if you like this video, you enjoy this format. Like, subscribe. Ted Hanging out. I feel like fish out of water.